Rainollon here. Today is another build showcase and it's my Gauss Prime. So let us immediately start. I'm going to show you today my Tanky buffer Gauss Prime build that I enjoy the most. So let's start. Start with the passive. So its passive is the battery system, but not only that, his shield recharge is up to 120% faster, which is 20% faster than any Warframe in the entire game. But he has the worst shield recharge delay, which is 80. So we can make it stronger and fix that delay by using fast deflection, which gives you shield recharge and delay, and vigilant vigor, which also gives you shield recharge and delay. So the cap on shield recharge delay is 0.2, and as you can see down there, it's 0.2. And not only that, we also boost the shield recharge to be extremely fast, and we get like 265 shield per second, which is really good. He is a shield frame, so he likes that a lot. Not only that, we also use prime redirection for larger shield capacity, and we have over nearly 2000, which is quite nice. So yeah, for the first ability, I removed it. It's not good in most tile sets. It stops you from shooting enemies, and the battery recharge system works pretty well just by you running around and pressing your third ability sometimes. It's just clunky and janky for me personally, so I removed it, put Nourish instead. I give myself and everybody a multiplier to energy, and also viral. Not only that, when enemies shoot you, you release a AoE shockwave that staggers enemies and procs viral on them. And this synergizes really well with the second ability that has a 5% chance to convert damage to energy. This will multiply the energy conversion, making you get even more energy from it, and also gives you stagger, knockback, resistance, and damage reduction. Third ability, this has a multi-use purpose, so if you use Cold twice, you'll freeze enemies, which synergizes really well with Arcane Ice Storm. Arcane Ice Storm, on enemies frozen, you get +2 ability strength and duration for 15 seconds, stacks up 20 times, so at max that's 40 ability strength and duration, which is amazing for Gauss. He likes a little bit of strength, but loves duration a lot, so this is a really good synergy. And not only that, we also use thermal transfer, augment for his third ability. When we create those like fire piles and cold piles from his third ability, we also get extra damage from them, and that works also on our team, so they can also get increased cold and fire. And you have Nourish to boost their energy multiplier, and viral, so 3 elements for free, and it's quite nice on him. And for his fourth ability, there's nothing much to talk about it. You just use it all the time. You get massive fire rate, attack speed, reload speed, and cast speed boost, and you have this all the time, and yeah, it's still really good. So yeah, there's a lot of synergy there, which is quite nice. So as you can see here, we are extremely tanky by having a massive shield recharge and delay, and while also having a massive shield. We have adaptation to gives us another boost to damage reduction. Second ability gives us damage reduction. Enemies, when they hit you, you stagger them in a shockwave. You boost your team's damage by giving them viral, energy economy, cold damage, and fire damage. Yeah, there is a lot, and it's quite nice for him and for his entire team. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Stretch is the only range mod you need for his third ability to freeze more enemies in a 17-meter radius. Prime Flow for large amount of energy economy. Prime Continuity, he loves duration. Every single one of his abilities are duration based, so he likes it a lot. And for the auras are just speed auras for generating battery much quicker and getting to places faster. So yeah, those are the mods. The abilities. For the last thing is the second arcane I use is Arcane Aegis, because we're going for a shield build. Arcane Aegis or Aegis on shield damage, there's a 3% chance to get +30 shield regeneration for 12 seconds. Once this triggers, you're practically immortal for 12 seconds in most content in this game, I will say. The only thing that can kill you now is just something that bypasses shield, like Toxin Status effect and Toxin Burst effect. That can only kill you, but everything else that doesn't do toxin damage, you're pretty much unkillable. This shield recharge that you get from the Arcane Aegis, plus with Vigilant Vigor, shield recharge, and fast deflection, you have a massive shield recharge that enemies cannot burst you that fast. So yeah, it's pretty nice. So you have these mods here. Fast deflection, adaptation, redirection, and vigilant vigor for survivability. Thermal transfer, stretch, prime flow, continuity for the damage. And survivability, damage, utility, and then you have survivability, buff, crowd control, buff economy, and survivability. So yeah, it's quite nice. You're extremely tanky, buffing everybody, buffing yourself really fast. It's a really nice feeling. So yeah, time for me to show you in game. Before that, there's another thing you can do to make yourself extremely tanky. So it doesn't matter what type of sentinel do you use, just use any, doesn't matter really. I'm using carrier, and there are 3 mods I highly recommend you use, and that's Guardian, Shield Recharger, and Manifold Bond. So the Guardian, every time your shield gets completely destroyed, your sentinel restores it, but there is a 10 seconds cooldown. And with Manifold Bond, when you proc 3 status effects on enemies and kill them, you get the ability cooldown reduced by 3 seconds. So after 3 enemies you kill, this is replenished, and every time something destroys your shield, Sentinel will fully recharge it. Not only that, Shield Charger gives you a massive shield boost and shield regeneration for 10 seconds, which also is really good. So these 3 mods I will highly recommend using if you're using a Sentinel. Everything else, it's all up to you. What do you like? So yeah. So that's pretty much it. Time for me to show you in game. So activate your second ability, go in, press your third ability twice, freeze enemies, you get Ice Storm, press your fourth ability, press Nourish, and yeah, it's pretty much like that, and you just shoot enemies. Do the Gauss stuff. So that's pretty much it. How tanky do you think I am? I'm going to show you. So I'm going to spawn yet again the Orc and Battle Group dudes, level 195, Steel Path version of these dudes. Spawn them in. Activate my second ability, Nourish. And watch. They try to hit me. Nourish staggers them. Yep. Now we wait for the Arcane Aegis to proc, if they can even proc it, because they're having a really hard time hitting me. Come on guys, come on. Yep, Arcane Aegis just procced, so no, pretty much not even taking any damage. There we go, this guy's now finally doing some damage. Yep. And Arcane Aegis procced. Yeah, so you can see that's pretty much it. You, of course, you won't be standing still in front of 20 enemies constantly shooting you. You, of course, you're going to be moving around and pressing your ability and you're shooting. But as you can see there, just by me standing over there, it's really hard for you to die. Only weakness is toxin damage. And there is a mod, technically arcane, that gives you toxin status effect immunity, called resistance something. Arcane Resistance gives you 102% resist toxin damage, which is 100%. But enemies, there are some enemies in the game, like Juggernauts and Toxin Ancients, that do toxin damage, flat damage. So it really doesn't matter if you get affected by toxin or not, the flat damage is going to kill you. So against Infested, it's kind of annoying, but against everything else, like Orokin, Corpus, Sentience, Ganir, it's baby mode. It's, as you can see there, it's just extremely tanky, buffing everybody, buffing yourself, make every gun fun, and you're also really fast. And it's quite a nice build. I like this build a lot, and I hope you enjoy it as well. Thank you everybody for watching. Leave a like, sub, and see you all next time. Thank you. Goodbye.